Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am super excited to be coming to you today with another fresh new episode for you. This is an awesome guest interview that we have, and we are actually on location in Albertville, Alabama. Are we in Boaz or Albertville?
This is Albertville.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did I come through Boaz?
You did come through Boaz.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Man, okay. Well, we have Angel Ramirez here with us. If you don't recognize the voice, you were on the show 2 years ago, probably, I think is when we did that interview.
It's been a while. Yeah.
You were still pretty new coming into the business after quitting the teaching and stuff. So we're going to dive back in, get a quick rundown of your story and get caught up to date. On the way up here, I want to know if I thought about this, and when I started, though, if you know what house I'm talking about. So I came at 59. Got off in Gadsden, and it's like right when you get out of the little city right there, on the right, coming up 431. That house,
yeah.
What do you know who that is, or
I don't know who it is, but
you don't work that far down, I'm assuming.
We don't. We stay out of that area. But
that place is crazy.
It is. It's crazy. You should have seen it when it was first being built. We saw it, because we would go down there a lot, knock a little fall.
Yeah.
So we always saw it going down the road. So it's pretty big, man.
I'm glad you knew which one I was talking about. It didn't make me feel like an idiot.
It was a big deal when it was being built, because I think it was built like right before or during COVID.
It looks new, COVID. Yeah.
And everyone talked about it because it's in such a weird location.
It's just out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's so odd. And I'm like, why would you build your house there?
Yeah,
but I guess they like the area. But
I guess it's convenient, right off the interstate. Well, cool, dude. Well, let's walk through the Ramey's landscape here. I mean, it's crazy. Like, you've come so far in the last couple of years. We just did a shop tour. So if you want to see the shop tour or the video podcast of this, go over to YouTube. You can see both of those hanging out in the office here. And it's just so cool to see all this, what all's come to fruition here the last couple of years. Let's walk us through. I mean, there's a lot of guys probably didn't hear that interview that's listening to the show now that didn't hear your first interview. So tell us how you got into the landscape industry, and then kind of we'll walk through your story of how the business has grown.
So back in 2018, we started. I started solo. Started with small mower, little trailer, a small truck, and with no intentions of going all out. So I was teaching at the time, and I just needed some extra cash, for the family and I to go on vacations and whatnot. So 2018, and then 2019, our clientele grew, and I started falling in love with the green industry. Yeah. So I fell in love with it. Started looking into more of the landscape inside and the install and all that good stuff. And then 2020 comes around, man, and so I'm like, what do I do? Because teachers were dismissed for the rest of the year. It was early spring, so it was like peak season of installations. So that first year in 2020 is when we decided we made enough. We're making enough to cover our bills, and because that's the scariest part when you're stepping out of a 9 to 5. It's like, am I going to be able to make it? You have so many doubts going through your head, but we made it, man. And so we made our decision to step out of the classrooms. The wife and I did 12 years. She did, I believe, 8 years in the system. So we had a good, a retirement that we ended up cashing out, and we built what we have here right now, and helped us build this, and we're not looking back, and we're just enjoying it, man. And it's been a great journey. At first we were scared. It was like, we're gonna make it, or there's always that doubt that goes through your head, but we went all in.
A lot of long days, a lot of late nights, I'm assuming.
Yeah. And it was like that at the beginning because, when I was teaching, I was so used to it. I was used to leaving the classroom at 3:15 and I'm on the mower at 3:30 on my first property because I was doing it after hours or after school and then on the weekends. So that was eating up all my time with the family. So I had to make a choice, man. And we decided just to go all in on the business.
Now, remind me, did you and your wife leave at the same time, or did you leave first?
Yeah. No, we left at the same time.
Okay, I couldn't remember that.
So we made a decision, and we were like, let's finish out the year. And we, we met with our administrators, and we told them this is it.
Yeah.
And they had a feeling because they knew, because our business was growing, the reputation was there. People were assuming because, they could see that I was all in. And so they were like, it's no surprise. You know? It's just that we hate seeing you go.
Yeah,
But everyone's replaceable at a job.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
What do you say to the people out there who say you can't grow a business in a small city, that you don't have enough? There's not enough people here. Like Albertville is not huge.
No,
I mean you have a couple surrounding cities that I guess have a little more population, but you're still not in some metropolitan area by any stretch of the imagination.
The closest bigger cities are like where you're from, or you're the Birmingham area.
Yeah, I'm right outside of Birmingham.
Right outside of Birmingham. So Birmingham, you have Huntsville. We're in the dead middle.
Yep.
And it's a small town, Albertville, and man, it's just. You want to take what's that's saying everyone knows everyone in a small town, so you want to take that into an advantage.
Yeah,
look at it as an advantage. That's where you take advantage of your advertising, and word of mouth gets out there, and you just go full force on that, and there you go. There's your advertising. So I hear that a lot too. That a lot of folks say, "Oh, there's not enough work in a small town."
Exactly.
Yes, there is. There's a shit ton of work.
Exactly. And I mean, so would you say you've grown just over time by like doing really, really good work, being a good salesman? Like, what are some things you think that have really propelled y'all's growth the last couple of years, especially being in a small city?
Right. Doing good work, finding the right clients. You want to.
How big has that been?
It's been great. It's been huge. You want to network. You want to network with the right people.
Yeah.
For example, we're part of a chamber. We're part of the chamber here in Albertville. We're part of the chamber in Boaz. Stuff like that. Little things like that. You may not think, I'll never get a client. But those are people that are part of the chamber, own a business,
other businesses,
run a businesses, and they have friends that own businesses too that may not be part of it.
Yeah.
So that's where the word of mouth starts. And you want to help each other out. Businesses want to help each other businesses out here in a small town. So you want to make sure that you tell them who you are, what you do, and if they ever ask you, why should I hire you? It's like, I can landscape the shit out of your house. I can mow the shit out of your yard. And I'm the guy. So you want to be confident at the same time. So that's the biggest thing that I always want to make sure that everybody knows how we stand out, the type of jobs that we do, and just be diverse in a way, because yes, you can make money mowing, but when it comes to a small town, you can only mow so much.
You got to diversify a little bit.
So you have to diversify that, and put your eggs in different baskets, and look at other services that you can add to your business.
Yeah.
Like this past year, or 2022, we started the Christmas lighting because hardly anybody was doing it then, man.
Yeah.
And so I started it, and then this past year in 2023, I'm starting it up, and then I see two other guys doing it. So I'm just like, that just tells you that there's a lot of business out there, even in a small town.
Because I bet they didn't hurt you too bad.
No, because 2022, I got a good amount of clients, and they knew me, and so being part of the chamber and stuff like that, and just letting people know who you are, and just be active, in the community is the biggest thing too.
I love that. Yeah. Let's talk Christmas lights really quickly. I mean, you've seen some crazy growth with that. I mean, you did in Christmas lights what a lot of guys will do in revenue in 2024. I mean, that's been, and you did that with only 2 crews, right?
Yeah, we did. We pulled our maintenance crew, one of our maintenance crews, and then another crew, which was our mowing crew.
How many guys total?
4, sometimes 5
per crew.
No.
Or total?
2 on the crew, or 3 on the crew. So it was total.
5 or 6 guys. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So let's walk through the Christmas lights. I mean, how did you go about getting the clients? I mean, did you just have people reaching out to you? Really?
So we had people reaching out to us, or I would advertise it And like I told you earlier, I don't hardly do any advertising. We don't spend any money in advertising. Actually, all we use is Facebook or Instagram, and we just advertise it on social media.
Yeah.
And people were just calling in, or it was word of mouth, or our own clients that was our client base already would reach out to us and they knew about it, or we would reach out to them and let them know, hey, we're starting Christmas lights this year. If you're interested, let us know.
Do y'all run the rental or does the person own the lights?
No, we do. They own the lights.
They own the lights.
So they pay, a certain amount the first year. Then the second year, they only pay for labor and warranty and storage and all that.
Okay,
so,
cool. So, I've never personally talked to someone who's done that and had that conversation. So that's been good so far.
I think that here in our area, the rental wouldn't go so well. So
really?
I offered it to one client. They didn't like it. And they said, can I just buy them? And they're like, we'll use you from now on. I'm like, yes. Let's go that route. And ever since then, I kind of got the idea. I was like, because he was a high dollar client, and I was like, it kind of makes sense here where in our location. So I just went that route. And so
have you had anybody this second year? Did you have anybody push back on their labor price?
No.
Did you have anybody that you sold the lights to that didn't use you this year?
No, everybody used us.
Okay.
Everybody.
So did they,
one of them.
When you sold them the lights, did you tell them what their price was going to be this year?
Yes, you tell them on the contract. So you have a contract, you write it up, on the proposal. Mm-hmm. You write them up you write up the contract, tell them this is how much you're paying this year, and then the following years you're paying this amount.
Okay. And do you set that as like it's not going to go up?
I tell them it's not going to go up,
okay.
And they love it, and they pay you up front.
Yeah,
they pay us the day of installation. Mm-hmm. I know some guys that do 50%. Oh
no, mine is all when it's up.
Yeah, putting it up
as soon as it comes up.
The other 50% taking it down, and
that could help with cash flow, I guess, in middle of January if you needed the cash. Yeah. But
you make so much, so you want to
exactly
preserve that money.
And if it's
not that hard.
exactly. Just hold on to your money.
Yeah,
that's cool. Okay, so we've kind of progressed. We went from the beginning, and then we're caught up to today.
Yeah.
The middle journey, let's tell everybody where you're at now. Like, how many guys you got? What are you doing in revenue? Things like that, and then we'll kind of walk through the building processes.
Peak season last year in 2023, we were up to 21 guys, or 21 total employees, and now we're down to 18. Mm-hmm. It's just off season, so we don't have as much. So we're starting out this year with 18. We're going to hire our very first project manager. He's going to do a little bit of what I do. He's going to take that burden off of me so I can focus just on sales. Mm-hmm. And also manage, here in the office and numbers and all that good stuff. We're also going to hire another personnel in the office this year. My wife is going out on maternity leave in late March, so we have to start. We already have somebody in place.
Yeah.
So she has her notice in where she currently works, and she's going to move on here.
Awesome.
So those are the two biggest moves that we're doing this year. And we're also going to start up another business to help out, everything all around.
Yeah.
The properties, the landscaping, and another business that we want to start. So that's another thing that we have in place. So
is that what you got going on back here? Is this what you're talking about?
That's different.
That's different? Oh, there's another one?
Yeah,
man, okay.
Now's another one. We're actually going to go check out. It's a truck that we're going to go and check out next week. And hopefully we'll be able to go ahead and put a down payment on it and get get it rolling.
All right. So that's being kept secret though now, right?
Well, it's
or is it? Are you going?
It's a you probably heard of it. It's a hook lift truck.
Yeah.
Hook lift system.
Like a dumpster.
Exactly.
A roll off dumpster type thing.
So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get into that business, and we're gonna go all in.
Well, that'll be huge for your company.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge
because you can take it to your sites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Deliver our materials. Deliver machinery because you can put flatbeds on the truck, so we can do containers. Do the dumpster rental business too. So we're going to use that truck. We're going to max it out to wherever, as far as we can go with it. So that's the reason why we're hiring a project manager, so I can stay busy doing that, starting the new business, and doing what we can do best, man. So
yeah. That's awesome. So what are you doing in revenue with that many employees?
Last year in revenue, we actually went over our goal. Our goal was 1.5. We went at 1.9.
That's awesome.
So
you were close. You were close to 2.
Our P&L sheets, that's what it says.
That's so cool. Waiting everything to get finalized.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was awesome, and obviously the Christmas lights helped out tremendously in that.
That's a big add-on. That's crazy, dude. That's so cool.
Yeah. So that many guys, it can be a headache. Of course,
it's a lot of payroll.
it's payroll. Sometimes peak season was up to 18,000 a week. Sometimes it went down to 15,000 a week, and so payroll has a lot to do. So our guys get paid overtime. They're on W-2. So when it comes to numbers, you got to be careful with it got to make sense with how many guys you have too. So
how are you figuring out your budgeting, what you should be charging? Is that something that you've kind of figured out, like your recovery cost, like how much you need to be charging per hour? Has your wife helped with some of that?
It is an hourly thing. We go off. Some clients like to go in on hourly rates. We have a number for that, or they tell us, just give us a price, and I'll tell them, look, I can give you a price, but it's going to take me a couple of days to get everything wrapped up. And they're, just go in hourly. So it's a win-win for the client, for us.
So usually you bill hourly?
Sometimes we do.
Really?
Yeah, we have some jobs on installs that we've billed out hourly, plus materials. So if it works for you, do it. Some clients like it, some clients don't. You can always offer it.
Do you put a max hours on there?
I tell them once we reach this many hours, we'll stop.
Okay.
Like a full day is 8 hours.
Okay.
And so I tell them that.
Do you give them a budget of how many hours you think you'll be on the project?
Yes. I tell them how much I think, and
you got somebody here to see you.
Looks like it. Yeah. What do you want to do? Want to stop it for a second?
No, you're good. Take off. You need to go get something? Oh, man, I don't even know what we're talking about. So FedEx had to get some baby stuff because y'all just sold your house, right?
We just sold our house, yes.
So now you're going to be moving into a rental property?
We're going to move into one of
It's your rental property, though.
It's one of our rental properties, and we're going to move into it. So we got to do some work to it before we move in, and so we're keeping everything here in the meantime.
Where are y'all staying right now? Are you still in the house?
We're still with my parents. So we sold our house, moved into my parents quickly because we sold it. It went under contract at the beginning of December, and they wanted to move in right after Christmas.
Oh, wow.
So we only had so much time.
Yeah, not enough time to...
Yeah, not even time to work on that rental house we want to move into. So moving in with my parents in the meantime.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, where were we? I don't even remember what we were talking about. But
numbers, I think.
Yeah, I think we were just talking about the payroll and stuff that goes into that. A lot of that. So that's crazy. I mean, I know you hit... almost $2 million in sales last year, which is so crazy. What is your goal going through 24? Are y'all trying to grow more, sustain?
I'd like to sustain it, which we have some really big projects that we did last year, and that's what really helped. So this year, depending on what what everything looks like, I'd like to still hit that goal that we had last year. And maybe some. So, So we want to keep it at that for right now, with the new project manager, you never know what's going to look like. You want to get him in there, get him trained, and get him used to everything. So,
let's dive into the PM talk. I mean, that's a big step for a company. I mean, it's. I was listening actually to a guy this weekend. He was saying there's 2 key hires when you grow your business, and one is going to be getting an office staff in place. The other is going to be getting some type of operations manager, and. Is this guy going to be doing you're still going to be selling? Is he going to be like doing so right now? Do you do all like plant ordering and all that stuff?
I do the ordering. They pick up. The guys pick up.
But you call and let them know what they're getting and stuff.
No, I make the calls. Like
you're doing all the estimates, right?
The estimates. Talk to the client if we want to add anything. Sometimes when you're out in the field and you're doing an install, some clients are spending 20, 30, 40, 50K on their installs, and what's another 5,000, 10,000. So you want to be on the site. Sometimes I can't be there, so I hate it because I could upsell some more, add on some lighting, add on maybe a couple more beds here and there, and stuff like that. It goes a long way, and it's just more money.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So is this guy going to be taking over some of those roles? What are you really wanting him to fulfill for you?
He's going to be taking over that type of role, delivering materials. Because sometimes when my crew leaders are picking up and delivering materials for their own jobs, that takes too long.
Okay.
Because then the job gets set back a little.
Yeah.
Because they leave their guys to come pick up materials, and it's not as productive as I want it to be. So we want to be as productive as possible.
So he's going to be like doing the. Is he going to do the estimating? Or
Not
you still
estimating. I'm still doing the estimating. He's going to be delivering.
He'll do the runner and
he'll
making sure everything's
clients,
on pace.
Anything that needs to be changed, he'll talk to the clients. He'll be ordering materials like pine straw, mulch, all the stuff that is in the background.
So you'll get it approved, and then he takes it over once it's approved. That's awesome.
That's it, man.
That's so cool.
And making the schedules too. Like he's going to take over the lawn.
Oh, awesome.
Making the schedules,
like the routing and stuff.
The routing, which this is the last month that we're using Jobber. We were on Jobber, and it was good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. But we're at a point now where we need something a little more elevated with keeping all of our inventory, our pricing, which I don't think Jobber does. So we made the decision to swap over to LMN.
You're going LMN.
So
okay.
LMN is our thing right now. When we went to the GIE, really nice lady was there and was like, "Who do you use right now?" We told her, and she was like, "How would you like to know a little more about keeping your inventory, your numbers, and sometimes you may not be, you may think that you're charging the right price when you're really not." So she's like, here's what you need.
Yeah. Have y'all started any onboarding yet?
Yes, they're actually they're swapping things over right now. When you sign up with LMN, they give you or we took advantage of the 3-month 90-day free. So we took advantage of that while they're swapping everything over to their system. And QuickBooks is a big thing too. If you're starting out, get QuickBooks. You have to get QuickBooks and a good CPA.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's linked to, it's still compatible with QuickBooks. So that was a biggie for us because we run both of our business out of QuickBooks, and that was really what really sold it.
Yeah.
So this year we're going to be using that CRM system, and yeah, man, we're looking forward to it.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's so cool. Have you done your budget yet? Have y'all built the budget?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
So that's gonna be a big eye opener.
Yeah, it is. And so we're building that. We're moving all of our routes over to all of our clients, and the contracts is being moved over in the meantime. So whenever they have everything set in stone, we're gonna get trained and
do the onboard. Yeah. That's crazy. That's so cool, man. Yeah. It's cool to see that you're growing into that point. So the landscape side, what is your split? Would you say? Time wise, not revenue wise, but time wise of mowing versus landscape. Like where do I focus more of my time in? No, like how much y'all spending time? Like obviously your landscape is going to make you more money than your mowing. That's just the way. But like time of the week, do you have 2 crews doing mowing and 2 crews doing landscape full time? Like
yes. Excuse me. So we have 2 full. We have two crews that do our installs. Strictly installs. They do all of our irrigation, lighting, landscaping, sod, retaining walls. They do all the stone work. We have 2 crews that do that. We have 3 crews that do all of the mowing.
Okay.
All of our contract, they strictly do mowing. They don't do any hedge trimming,
really,
no mulching, no pine straw, none of that. They strictly do mowing, and that's it. And then we have 1 crew, which I call my maintenance crew.
Your enhancements.
They are the ones that take care of all that. And it's a full-time gig. So they stay busy doing just that.
So they do like the pine straw, the mulch, okay.
And I want it that way because I want to make sure that they have a specialty.
Yeah. For sure.
They're specialized in certain
areas. Those guys that are mowing are probably pretty good at mowing.
They're freaking good at mowing.
Yeah.
So my maintenance guys that do all of the trimming, they're really good. He knows what he's doing. He knows what to cut back, what not to cut back. And just little things like that. You have a good solid team. So I don't like to throw too much at them either.
For sure.
So I like to keep
on your big installs. Is that install crew doing everything start to finish, or is that maintenance crew coming and doing the pine straw?
No, they do start to finish.
Installs doing the whole. So that maintenance crew is strictly on like your mowing accounts and your other contract accounts.
So any install that we do too is funny because once we're done with the install, we always tell them you You want to get on board with maintenance. We can do your maintenance. You want to get on board with mowing. We have which most of our clients already know, but I tell them you want us to take care of you this season. Here's what we provide. Here's what we can do. Yada yada yada. So most of the time they end up being a long-term client.
Yeah.
So that's another sales.
Yeah, for sure.
That a lot of the listeners can take on.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, that's crazy. So that's the landscape kind of in a rundown. You also have Ramey's Properties.
Ramey's Properties, man. Ramey's Properties, we started actually way before the lawn care and landscaping. So we started that back in 2014. We bought our very first rental property, and it just, it just grew from there. We focus a lot on rentals and a lot of flips right now. So anytime we need some cash, we do a flip, we get our cash, and we just, build our capital up. We have plans this year of doing some things with that too.
That's awesome. And you have some guys that go back and forth between both companies, correct? Yes. So that's cool. You have some labor there that you get to take and use.
Yeah. They love it. It's extra pay on top of what they get paid already. So they, come in, clock out, and clock in for the other job.
That's awesome. So we talked on the YouTube video, the shop tour, about kind of the importance of having a shop and things like that.
Yeah.
Tell the listeners that are not watching the YouTube, like, what is how beneficial has it been to have a shop for you guys to get in something like this, get set up, have a home base?
So, it was always been, something that I've always wanted to do is build a shop. I always had the vision. Ever since I started growing my passion in the green industry, because at first, I didn't care much about it. It was just extra money to me. But then I started, loving it. Fell in love with the industry and decided, one day I'll build me a shop. So it's very important, especially if you want to grow into a certain size to be able to manage a business out of, because we were doing it out of my garage.
That's you can only go so far with that. You can only
do so much, yeah, man. So we have 18 employees now, and it's impossible to do.
How many did you have when you moved out of the garage? Do you remember?
We had, I think, 8.
Oh, so you went pretty far with it running out of the house.
Because we were waiting, for our contractor to be finished with the place, and it took a little longer than what we thought it would, and so we just had to make it.
Well, when did you pull the? How many guys did you have when you pulled the trigger on? Hey, we're going to build.
When I pulled the trigger is when I started seeing my yard all messy all the time.
It's always messed up.
Shit everywhere, man. In the garage, it was never organized. And I would even get onto my guys about it. I'm like, look, guys, it looks like crap in here. Let's clean this up, or whatever. They always tell me, look, there's not enough space.
Yeah,
we're running out of space. And I always wanted to have a place where I can set my pine straw, my mulch, my machines outside, or whatever I needed to do.
Yeah.
And there was no way I was going to be able to do that at a residential home. So we had to find a place to build on, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
And it's a 40 by 60, plus the office area is 1,200 square feet. So, we wanted to, if we were going to do it, we were going to go all out. And even to this day, and I told you earlier, it's still not big enough. So, because we're running out of space already. So, we're going to eventually add on.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, well, I don't want to hold you up. We both got to run here, but I appreciate the time you letting us come up and do a shop tour on a podcast like this.
Yeah, man.
It's a cool update. 2 years later, I think it's been since you've been on the show. So, really, really cool update story to hear where you're at. Where can everybody follow along with you if they want to see what you got going on day to day?
Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Ramey's Landscaping. And on Facebook, you can follow me at Ramey's Landscape and Lawn Maintenance.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Well, you got to come down we got to get you down to our neck of the woods in February for Jason's event. They've got going on. So I have to get you down there for that. But that's awesome, guys. Well, you got the Lawn Care Life event February 23rd and the 24th. That's as soon as I stop record here, we're going to have to talk Ramey into coming down, hanging out with us for a day or two. But it's going to be a good time. So go over to thelawncare.life.com if you want to get registered for that. I think you can go to the event button there and get registered for that event. So it's going to be a good time. I appreciate the time coming up to spend this afternoon, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yes,
guys, thank you for listening in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Without any further ado, it's going to wrap this one up, and we look forward to catching everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.